Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solutions. So our today's topic for the ticket is, so we will be seeing ticket number 5, that is creating batch to load data in TRCS. So we'll first understand what is batch definition. Batch definition is used to define the batch jobs and parameters and the type of rules included in the batch. So we'll go to our application, go to the data management. So batch in layman language means, see, you are creating your defining your source and target. You are creating your import format. You are creating the location. You are doing the data load mapping, and you are creating the DLR. And at that point of time, you are executing. This is the general process. But with the help of batch, what you can do, like you can complete this one-time process, and then every time you can schedule your execution process at your required time. That means when you'll be offline, this process will take time, right? Job execution. So you are saying that when I'm working, I don't want this to be completed. When I'll be offline, I schedule this job at my after I get offline, so that a batch should get run. So this is the facility of the batch, that you can create the schedule and automatically the process will be run on that just defining your batch definition and batch groups. So you can see here batch definition. Before that, first I would like to say, like, we create our import source system, we create a target application, we create our import format, then we create the location, then under workflow tab we have the data load mapping, then we have the data load rule, and under that you click on execute to run it. So you do not have to click on execute, it's just you will create the batch and schedule when you want to execute it at your required time. So for that, we create first the batch definition. A batch definition is used to define the batch jobs and parameters and the type of rules that are included in the batch. Batch can contain only one type of rule. So valid type of rules are data, batch, open batch, and only an administrator can create the batch definitions. You can create a batch definition that includes the data load rules from a different target application. This enables you to use the batch that loads both metadata and data, or to create a batch of batches with one batch for metadata and another batch for data. So if you want to work with the data load rules that have been associated with the metadata application, data management supports the loading of metadata from a flat file. Batch definition consists of 3 regions. First, it is batch definition detail. You can see at the bottom. You can update this, you can delete this. So if you want, you can remove this, what is created, and you can create your own. You can give your batch definition as, you can see as demo code, execution mode as serial, target application you can select TRCS, type you can select batch, and open batch multi-period. So open batch multi-period file based data sources that include starting and ending period. So if you are including multiple target applications, make sure the type of rule is consistent by its type. For example, a batch of type batch cannot include a data rule. So it can include only batches. and batch of type data cannot include batches. Open batch is used only for file-based data sources and does not contain any batch jobs. So when you run this type of batch, the process reads the file automatically from the open batch directory and import them into an appropriate POV based on the file name. So when the open batch is run, the master folder is emptied. So batch definition will enable you to add and delete a batch. If modifying or adding a definition, specify the definition name, target application, process method, return control method, and wait parameters. So I'll select here data, it is here, and click on save. You can refine the batch definition parameters. So this will enable you to derive period parameters based on the import to source and export to target POV period and to indicate data extract parameters. The parameter definition is basically you can use it for the batch types that is under batch. So the import from source, export to target POV period, import mode as replace, export mode will be replace. You can click on save. Now third is defining batch jobs. So it will enable you to add and delete jobs in a batch based on this type of the batch. Specific type of rules are allowed. So here you will include all those rules which you want to run, that is the GLR. Like one I want to run as data load. You can give that sequence like 1 for second. You can give it as 2. You can include as many as you want. Now go to the workflow tab and under batch execution. So batch execution can refer to a number of things, including a process for running software programs in batches and a software system for the management. So it is the process of starting batch for processing. Like batch processing will combine one or more load rules into the batch and execute them at once. Batch modes like run jobs in serial or parallel mode. Batch parameters, that is define the parameters of the batch. Batch groups, that is associate a batch with the batch group for security and ease of use. Batch types, that is create a master batch that will include multiple batches with different parameters. Batch execution screen displays a list of batches with at least one task associated along with other details. So, like this is the batch what we defined there. Now we want to schedule this. want to schedule this, you can select the schedule as simple. You can select the time zone as Kolkata India time. The date is automatically selected. Right now it is 7:32. You can schedule accordingly. Like I have scheduled it at 7:35 so that we can see the result. This PM. You can set schedule hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, day of a month, or monthly, weekday. You can schedule it as per your requirement. Okay, it has been created. Schedule has been created. Okay. We'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll see whether the process is running or not. You can see this batch with the demo code. It has been run. You can check the log. Now we'll see the workbench and the data entry. So one rule is this, another will be for metadata, you can see this has been successful. Data file might be corrupted, that's why it is not showing there. The metadata rule has been run, and that is also executed with another rule. So this is how we can create a batch and execute the result. Okay, now excuse me. Our next ticket is ticket number 6. So that is, we are getting an error while loading the metadata through DM in TRCS. So this is my file, this is account, this is parent, this is alias, and this is data storage. I'll go to back to my application. So these are all the member properties that I have defined, because we are trying to now load the metadata quickly, and we'll see why we are getting the error. If we open any account, and edit this, so we have name, alias, parent, and your data storage properties. Alright, now we'll move to GM. Come to setup tab, and you know how to create the source and target application. So I have already created that. I'll pick the source system as file, target application will be metadata TRCS, and loading the file for accounts. Metadata TRCS account I'll pick, input format I'll be creating new one. Name it is IMF ND load. Source I'll pick as file. Target I'll be choosing target as my metadata TRCS account, as we are loading the metadata, so I'll use delimited all data type as my file type. Now quickly define this. Whatever you do the import format mapping, so what target is there in my account is there in my target, so that should be in your source. So account is in first column. If you refer your file, so first is account, save this. Alias is in third column. Ignore the data. Data storage is in fourth column. Save. And your parent is in second column. we'll move to create the location. LOC MD load. Select the import format that you created just now, and it will automatically pick your source and target that you defined in your input format. Come to the workflow tab, do the data load mapping, select the correct POV at the bottom, P321 actual. Now we'll be doing the live mapping for my members, account members. So account will be start to start. Whatever is there in source, it should directly map to the target. Similarly for alias, and for parent. Now come to the data load rule and upload a file. Create the DLR first, MD load, select the import format, save it. Now upload the file. It should be in CSV format. Your file, upload your. I've uploaded here. Select this and click OK. Save this and click on execute. Import from source, export to target, import mode as replace. Click on run. You can come to the workbench to import and validate it successful and check for the export. It is still running. Please wait till it gets completed. Okay, so it is getting an error. So this was what is the ticket for, that we are trying to load the metadata and it is getting error. Now if we check the log file, if we try to read this, you can see this header record fields account variant alias. This is showing something, disclosing some. Read more. Okay, now you can see five data records were read, five data records were processed, four were accepted, one was rejected. If we come back to our file, we had just 4 line data records while it was saying 5, so it is counting this also, and that's why this is getting rejected. So already you have done the data load mapping and defined account variant alias, like you have mapped everything, so you can delete it and now try to upload your file. Come back to the data load view. Remaining everything will be same. Just select your file and upload it. Delete this. Upload. Click on save and execute. You can see import and validate is done successfully and export is running. This status, you can see this rule is running. Okay, now you can see export is also successful. So now it can read for those 4 records that you needed. So source, parent and target parent. Source account is mapped with the target account. Source data source is matched with the target data source. Source alias is matched with the target alias. So this is how you can resolve your error when you get in metadata load. So every time check the log file, whatever error it shows, try to resolve that, and it will be done. It will be successfully done. Okay, that's all for the day. We'll connect in our next class. We'll discuss our next tickets. Thank thank you so much. If you have any doubts, please contact BISP Solutions. Thank you all for your time. Thanks.